Science and technology is another topic which we will talk about. This presentation is the most basic, the most essential source of information for the third year students of the high school called scholaris in Žilina, who can have a great opportunity to experience the teacher's explanation and also the recommendations which are worth following. As you can see on these pictures within the first slide, science and technology nowadays is focused primarily on biotechnologies, on the genetic engineering, but also rocketry, information technologies, and other very dynamic parts of the world's industries. First of all, we have to remember that it was a series of inventions from the past who changed man's life. In other words, the following pictures show what are the examples for the latest inventions developed, for example, in the 20th century. You need to know the names for these devices. You need to know what are these devices used for in general. What makes our life easier? Be it the microwave, washing machine, dishwasher, the fridge, various screens, printers, mobile phones, kettles, hair dryers, irons, or sewing machines, cameras, freezers. All these examples make the life of people easier, and that's why we all use them. And a lot of us cannot imagine the life without the use of these appliances. This slide shows us what kind of electrical appliances do you have at home? That's the question which you need to think a little bit more about. Please prepare several sentences which describe your use of these electric appliances at home, in your household. Maybe some of you do not dispose of these appliances, but most of us presumably have at home at least one iron or the coffee maker. A lot of us cannot imagine the life without a washing machine because it helps us with changing the clothes, with cleaning the clothes, and also the dryer makes the process of cleaning even more efficient. A hair dryer is very useful for the women, but also a lot of men do use that hair dryers a lot. And when talking about the pandemia, cleaning of the hands and the use of the automatic hand dryers is the most common and also needed in the public spaces or, for example, in the public toilets. Dishwasher, bread maker, microwave oven, the cooker, or, for example, the freezer are the appliances which are worth mentioning because they provide us with easier methods how to preserve the food, how to cook, or how to clean the dishes. Another question is, which modern inventions help most to make your life easier? This is something which is completely dependent on your opinion. It is completely up to you what you will talk about when analyzing these modern inventions. In connection with this question, there is a plenty of these examples which make our life easier. Do you use smartphone? Do you use your speakers when listening to music at home? How can you cool your food? How can you store? How can you preserve your food? How do you take the pictures? What about writing the emails? So, dear students, please notice that this is a very important question because you can talk about anything, any kind of device which is helpful in your daily life. Please do not forget to answer, why do you think so? Why do you think that? Why do you think that, for example, airplane is the most important invention in the human history? Why do you think it is computer? or the penicillin? Is it the telephone or the internet? Someone can tell that it is radio or the mobile phone. But there can be also plenty of other examples regarding the important inventions in human history. So this is not the only list of what you got to know, but also you can add what you personally consider as the most important invention in human history. Please think about that, and I will give you later on the series of questions which somehow reflect your thinking. Well, we all use internet on the daily basis. You all, dear students, know what advantages or what disadvantages of the internet you can find. What threats can be described by your speech during the oral exams. Internet gives us plenty of opportunities to proceed, to make the things easier, to communicate faster. On the other hand, internet is full of threats, full of danger, especially towards the young children. Let's think about the communication among the nations of the planet. Let's think about the ways of writing, of sharing the information, of sending the files, of watching the videos, all that information published or communicated by other means. When talking about the threats, internet also provides a great space for people with bad intentions. Well, you have heard about the so-called hackers, maybe about the lost identity. Internet is also a threat because no one can be hidden in a careful place there on the internet. So, maybe your security in the internet space is very questionable. Well, we all live in a digital era, in a digital period, so computers are used for plenty of purposes, variety of uses. Let's imagine not only the writing by social networks, chatting or reading, not only watching the videos, not only watching or looking at your friends' photos, but computers are widely used for moving the human population forward, which means that people create a lot of things by using computers. Can you think of some of these? Can you give an example of what the computers are used for? How do you personally use your computers? What purposes do you use your computers for? Another question connected with computers is, for example, your own experience with the computer usage. For example, have you ever played a computer game? Have you ever written an email? Have you ever created a music by computer? Have you ever cut a video? Have you ever arranged a photograph or, for example, edit a photo? All these are some clues which you can use when preparing this topic in the upcoming weeks. One of the last recommendations what to talk about when preparing for this topic, science and inventions, can be all that things, all that activities which you have been doing for at least the last 3 years. The use of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or other social networks, emailing, surfing the internet web pages, online chats, be it the online games, or for example, the usage of various computer apps. All these represent some of the bases for your further description. For example, I use computers not only for communication, for creating the videos, but especially for creating the music, for arranging the music, cutting the music, but also producing some of the music sequences. What about you? What is your use of your computer? That is the question which can be helpful for you We have been talking about various ways of communication during the past 2 years. This is a very simple slide which tells us what are the modern or traditional examples for the communication ways for such a comparison. We can see the traditional ones like the letters, face-to-face communication, the postcards. Or we can talk about the traditional personal contact. Or, for example, we can talk about the face-to-face communication which is based on the personal dialogues. On the other hand, nowadays, you do not have to be in a personal contact with someone you want to talk to, you want to hear the opinion from. That is the email or mobile phone which we use for that purpose. That would be the text messages which we all use in order to chat more frequently and more flexibly. How have the mobile phones and the internet changed the way we keep in touch with our friends and family? What about your own experience? How has a mobile phone influenced your life? What do you use personally your mobile phone for? As said before, it is up to your experience what you prepare. Other topics which conclude this large theme called science and technology would be the space exploration. You all know that space has been explored many times by many astronauts, by many satellites and other appliances. Do you think that we need to continue with the space exploration? Do you think, my friends, that we need to understand all the processes which take place out there in the dark skies of the space? Do you think, dear third-year students, that space exploration is essential and inevitable need of the mankind? These are the philosophical questions, so feel free to think about it and to prepare some 2, 3, 4 sentences of your own personal attitude when talking about space. What's your personal opinion to UFO? Have you ever witnessed anything inexplicable, paranormal, or supernatural? What is your opinion to the extraterrestrial life somewhere outside our galaxy? From the space dimensions, we can move towards the micro sizes of human body. Genetic engineering is one of the great challenges of the recent era. What's your opinion to influence other lives when coding their own genetic predisposition? What do you think about influencing other people's lives by such genetic manipulation? So, that is another clue how to proceed. Well, there will be another video connected with this topic. Until that time, dear third-year student, I wish you a lot of patience, energy, but also good health.